used to call it. Uh, but yeah, some of my friends are a lot wilder than me. So
Yeah, they
yeah,
got into
I got the fun experience of sitting back and just observing a lot more. You know, maybe smoking some ganja and just observing and
nothing wrong with that. I feel like smoking weed is nothing but like bad. I feel like everyone should do it, really.
like everyone does it nowadays. Well, I say everyone, but like you,
I
99% of people like.
I get it from certain workers who'll be like, "Hey man, I watched the podcast. I know you smoke. Hey, you want to go have a joint after the show?" And I'm like, "Yes." I'm gonna try and be good here, and I'm like, yes, I am.
Well, like I'm on the medical stuff, and as a wrestler, like it helps with back pain, it helps with migraine, it helps with anxiety. So like
Yeah.
there's more benefits to it than there isn't, as I see it.
Man, I'm the same way. Like I genuinely enjoy it, and to the like I'm on the medical stuff as well. And for me, I would rather like consume that than drink alcohol. Like I would rather be like, okay, after mowing the lawn, sitting there and just being like, all right, now I can sort of space out. But
Yeah.
for me, I do it as a late night thing, you know, when the kids are in bed, wife's in bed, or
Yeah.
before I'm doing a podcast. You know, I do it when I'm doing something creative, but to me, it's always sort of helped to level it out and just sort of, you know, unwind and sort of tune the brain off at the end of a stressful day.
Yeah, make it so you are in control of it rather than it being in control of you. I think that's
Oh yeah,
very important with anything like ganja or alcohol or whatnot. And like I like smoking, but
you ever done edibles?
yes, yeah. I remember I had some edibles once, and it was a New Year's party, and all these people were around me just talking, talking, talking. I was sitting there, but taking in everything, and it was a good time. That was when I was younger, and it wasn't legal, but
Oh, dude, I remember the first time I did it. I was like 19, and I was dating this girl who like just came back from a holiday in Nimbin and bought like a whole container of like biscuits. And she came to my place, and me and like my housemate, his girlfriend, and this girl and we had like one of these biscuits, and she's like, just have one because they're really strong. And I'm like, oh, whatever. So like ate two of them, and then like half an hour later, just like, I can't move any part of my body right now. Like I literally had no movement. I was just like, oh fuck. Like it scared the fuck out of me.
Oh, really? Oh.
Oh
But
yeah.
you've recovered now. You've recovered. You're more open to having them again.
Well, no, well the last time then I had them recently, and I had given these two 30 milligram ones, and I had one. It was like half an hour later, I didn't feel anything, so I had the other one, and then 10 minutes later, I felt everything, and like these things were really really good, and it was like, man, I was like, this is so much better than smoking. I would eat like edibles are my thing, like without a doubt. I would be like, yeah, I'll go the edibles.
Now you know. Some people were vape guys. Some people were J guys. You're an edible guy.
Yeah, I mean, the oils as well. Like the oils that you get are pretty good.
Yeah, like when I was doing the whole starting the medical marijuana thing, they started off with oils. Um, and like with my prescriptions, I have access to oils, and they're good for like especially if you're just having pain and you're in that consistency of having it. Like it's helpful. I'm glad it's gone to the point where it is.
Well, it's interesting because like when I interviewed RVD, he was actually telling me about there's this certain chemical in ganja which is like, I think he said it was THG, and apparently it helps with recovering from like people with brain trauma. And it's like, yeah, that's exactly what I said. He's like, yeah, man, they medically ruled me out of wrestling, but guess what, baby, I'm back. You know what I mean? Like, but yeah, no, he was legit telling me that there's a certain thing like THC, THG, CBD, like one of those acronyms that actually treats brain trauma, like people that have been in like intensive car accidents or like been dropped on their head from great heights and all sorts of weird shit. And you said like this stuff is like magical.
Yeah, it's amazing how far like marijuana has come. So yeah, helping people with those accidents. I know that one of my mentors in wrestling, this Australian Wolf, he had cancer several years ago, and CBD oil really helped him in terms of his recovery. Uh, and yeah, shout out to him. He just had a kidney removed this last week because
Oh
he had
damn.
cancer. So I hope he's doing well. Um, he's a guy that has done so much for Queensland wrestling. Like almost 98% of guys out of Queensland wrestling have been trained by him or have been influenced by him in some way. So yeah,
Man, hope he's
I hope
doing well.
yeah,
Yeah, sending out their source to him, man. That's crazy, dude. Like, but CBD is another thing. Like, I've seen like you can get CBD creams as well. Like, if
yeah,
you've got like certain muscle pains or certain like muscle injuries, dude. Like, they are just finding everything to use for this sort of stuff.
yeah. I know. When they were filming Young Rock over here, uh, Chavo had some like CBD cream, and one of the actors said that like because Chavo was teaching them all how to wrestle, so these actors were having to bump and run the ropes and do parts of their own stunts. So yeah, he had this CBD cream that some of them were using just to help with their pain, and like it's real, it works.
Yeah, man. Well, dude, it's yeah, and it doesn't like necessarily CBD doesn't actually get you high either. It's more of
No,
a
so
relaxing.
like if you ever see me having a smoke in the car park or whatever before a show, I'm not going to be like blazing up backstage right before I go out. But if I'm having a smoke on that day, it's going to be CBD, and
Mm,
that's not going to fuck with my performance whatsoever. If anything, it's going to make me in less pain and less anxious, and then I can put on better performance with my opponent.
mm.
So
And it's more natural than taking like a pain medicine or something like that. Like, it's not going to
yeah,
intoxicate you
yeah,
um to a level at all.
yeah. Like, why would I want to take codeine and get drowsy or endone and be super fucked and drowsy when I could just have a bit of a J or a vape and then it's like, cool, I'm good to go.
Mm.